Hello, I'm Shelley Duvall. Hello, I'm Shelley Duvall.
Hello, I'm Shelley Duvall.
Duvall, fall.
Hello, I'm Shelley Duvall.
No, I'm Jinkx Monsoon. And 30 years ago, I gave birth to a gay homosexual son. Now that he's a grown-up, I'm asking him questions about his life. Because I'm not a typical mom. I'm a... cool mom.
Hi, I'm Milk, and I'm gonna be at RuPaul's DragCon New York, September 6th, 7th, and 8th. Get your tickets now.
Welcome to Cool Mom. We refrain from doing themed episodes because we think it's trite and overused. But seeing as this episode's gonna air somewhere around Valentine's Day, we thought, let's talk about the nitty-gritty of LOVE. Cool Mom. The internet defines love as a deep feeling of affection felt towards another or an inanimate object that you keep in your bedside drawer.
No. That's not the kind of love.
Double, triple D batteries.
Well, I guess self-love is important. Like, do you ever just have a me day and lay in the tub, have a champagne, watch a Murder, She Wrote?
Yeah, you know what I do on days such as this? I like to pour a little Grey Goose on the rocks into my favorite big gulp cup. I draw a bath and I lay in the tub, drinking my vodka, watching home videos of myself thinking, oh, if I could just go back to then. If I could just be that young and skinny, if I could go back there and just grab that fresh-faced youth and just get out now! Get out now while you still can! Your life is just gonna go downhill from here. It's like you hit an oil slick, now you're just skidding towards the grave. It's never gonna be as good as it is right now, so lap it up, you ungrateful she-pig! Cool Mom.
Well, let's talk a little bit about sex, because making love, sex, same thing.
No, you gotta have love over here, sex over here doing its own thing, and occasionally they can come together, and that's how you were made.
That's
the
horrifying.
marriage between love and sexual lust brought together by vodka. Bing, there you are.
It's really depressing knowing the formula for your existence.
Who was your first love? The first time you felt that swelling of your organs and you thought, this is it, baby. I'm gonna ride this one till payday.
I was 15 years old, and he was on the internet, and he was a British goth boy. And we met once years later. That was my first love, you asked.
Cool Mom. The first time I really felt in love with a person, this is the guy for me. He's got my engines revved, he's got my pots boiling, the flower is in bloom. His name was Colin Maroon, but he had a speech impediment, so he would introduce himself as Colin Maroon. And I loved him. He had the sweetest voice. Hey, Jinkx, wanna go outside?
How old are you?
It was actually in middle school. He was 2 grades above me. So when I was a 6th grader, he was an 8th grader. Now all you need to do to get me going is mispronounce your R's and L's, and I'm ready to fly. I'm lubed up and ready to go.
Was the feeling mutual? Did you guys ever consummate it?
No, because, he wasn't buying what I was selling, let's just say that, When's the first time you ever had your heart broken? Has anyone ever broken your little heart, my precious baby? I don't ever want to see you sad, I only ever want to see you smile.
I have to be honest, I'm usually the one to dump the person. I just have to be honest. I haven't been in that many relationships, so it might be anecdotal.
Don't worry, guys, I'm the one who's dumping the other.
The only time I've ever really had my heart broken is when it was a fantasy that I built so much in my mind, and I found out that they had zero interest in me.
Oh, Ramon, I think you're going to take me to the tropics where we'll live a life of leisure, feasting on lobsters and mangoes and chewy cocoa beans. And then he's like, actually, I find you repulsive.
You know what I'm talking about though? Like you're 19 and you see this like 22-year-old on Facebook and you're like, he's like so attractive and he's like got his shit together and he like lives in an apartment and like he probably has a car.
Oh my God.
I think
don't do it for me.
But I don't know that.
When I was in high school, so I was in the play The Wizard of Oz. I was in a very famous movie once. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. I was in a movie called Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And I played Dorothy. I'm not Dorothy anymore. I can't even get my hair in the style anymore. But there was many characters played by wonderful actors. And there was a Tin Man. He had no heart. Topical. Because in the heart episode, he had no heart, the Tin Man. He couldn't feel love. His name was Joan Crawford. And then there was a Scarecrow who had no brains. His name was Lucille Ball. There was a Cowardly Lion. He had no courage, and he was played by Anne Margaret. And then there was, of course, a Wicked Witch, played by Betty David. And we all went down the yellow brick road. No, honestly, in high school, I was in the play The Wizard of Oz, and I was playing the Cowardly Lion. I wore my own wig. So I was hooking up with another member of the cast. I'm not going to say who, but I was hooking up with the Scarecrow. So me and the Scarecrow, we would occasionally like make out in his car, right? So then one day at school, my friend goes, "Hey, I hear you're hooking up with the Scarecrow in his Porsche every day after rehearsals." And I said, "That's preposterous. That's a ridiculous rumor. He drives a Mustang." Get it? Because we were hooking up. It just wasn't a Porsche. It wasn't a Porsche.
That joke from 1987.
Have you ever noticed how Porsche drivers drive like this? And Mustang drivers drive with their Cool, Mom.
Tell me about your first heartbreak, because I told you mine. You didn't tell me yours.
I'll tell you how I handled it. King of the Hill had just been put on Netflix in its entirety. So I would go to the local grocery store, get a 2-liter of root beer and a big bag of baked potato chips, and I would sit in bed and I'd put on King of the Hill, episode 1, started at episode 1, watch my way through King of the Hill while I shoveled potato chips into my mouth and washed it down with root beer. I stopped doing this one night because I had gotten myself so worked up and I'm sitting there crying and I fell asleep sitting upright in bed and the root beer just like tipped over and emptied out into my sheets. And I woke up in the middle of the night and thought I wet myself. And I thought, I wet myself. This is where I'm at in my life. A guy breaks up with me and I respond to it by pissing myself in my sleep. And I thought, no more. I'm not gonna let this man bring me down any further.
And from that day forward, you did the exact same thing except for it was vodka instead of root beer. And it's been great ever since.
What you need to take from this, Kami, the point is, Kami, if a man ever dumps you and it breaks your heart, you're never gonna fill that hole in your heart with junk food, okay? The only thing that's gonna get you feeling better is you get up off your ass, tell that guy, you are not my keeper, I do not owe you anything, and you can run around with your new young thing, but it ain't ever gonna be like it was with me, mister, because you had the real deal here, and you threw it all away. You threw it all away, man. You think I think about you at night? Never. Only sometimes. Cool, Mom.
I love your sunny disposition. I love your ability to find joy in the smaller things in life. And I love you. What do you love about me, Mama?
When I look at you, I see the dreams of 1,000 children dying in a house fire. All the talent wasted, seeing their futures get flushed down the toilet with every joint that you smoke. I see an adult male slacker who has good intentions but no follow through. A guy with an average-ish face and a maybe a 6 out of 10 body. and feet for days. And I see someone I'd like to get to know over a Brandy Alexander. Ow! Ow! Oh, my brooch! Give your mama a kiss.
Now you can give me one.
Well, that's the Valentine's Day episode. Buy your mom some chocolates, send her some flowers, leave a bird at her doorstep. Whatever you do, just show your mom that you care. Because Valentine's Day isn't only for romantic love, it's also for mother love.
What if we make a big heart with our arms?
That's the love show. It's a show about love and Valentine's. You got a hole in your heart where it should be. Don't fill it up with junk food. No. A 47-year-old woman living in a single-room trailer with her son. It's kind of like constipation. Like, you can go a little bit, but you can't get the troublemaker out.